Salutations, crustaceans. I'm Lobster, and today we are once again comparing apples and oranges and looking at the Fodera Emperor Standard 5-string bass alongside our Sire M5. Let's check it out. Next to me are two very different instruments that also have some big similarities. We have our Fodera Emperor Standard 5-string bass loaned to us from a viewer. Thank you, Ken, for letting me borrow this bass. And next to it is our Sire M5. Now, to get it out of the way, the Sire M5 costs $719, where the Fodera costs anywhere between $6,000 to $7,000, depending on a few options. This is the entry-level Fodera Emperor, and yeah, it has quite the price tag. You can get nearly 10 Sire M5s for the price of this particular Fodera here. And today we're going to play them back to back and see what they sound like next to each other, and you can decide for yourself which one sounds better to your ears. Now, both of these basses are strung up with stay-in-tune foundation nickel-plated stainless steel strings, gauges 45 to 125. 125 for the B here. The Sire does not have 5 strings, so there is no B. But yes, we have the SIT strings, same style of string on both of these instruments, and we are going to see what these basses sound like. Now, they have quite a list of similarities here. Let's go over those real quick first. We have ash bodies on both of these instruments, though the Fodera does have a 5A flame maple top sitting right in the front here. We also have humbuckers. We have splittable humbuckers. These are the Seymour Duncan custom Fodera pickups, and the Sires are in-house Sire Revolution H pickups, which offer single coil as well as series and parallel modes. The Fodera only has single coil and parallel. The Sire also allows you to switch that per pickup, where the Fodera only has one switch for both pickups together. Both basses feature preamp bypasses as well as 3-band preamps. We have the Sire preamp, which has a sweepable mid-control, and the Fodera preamp, which does not. But both instruments also have passive tone controls. For the necks, both basses feature bolt-on 34-inch scale necks. The Fodera obviously being a 5-string, so the nut widths are astronomically different. But the Fodera has a 47mm nut width, and the Sire has a 38mm nut width, I believe. For a more in-depth look at either of these basses, check out my full reviews, linked in the description below. Now, what you've all been waiting for. Let's go ahead and play these basses and see what they sound like next to each other. You all know what you need to do. Go ahead and pitch that like button so my hand will turn back to normal. Thanks. So now let's just lay down a few restrictions that we're going to toss in here. I am not going to be looking at the B string of the Fodera. If you want to see my opinions on the B string, be sure to check out my full review, linked in the description. But we are going to be focusing on the E string through the G string, keeping it 4-string versus 4-string. They're both 34-inch scale instruments and both have similar style pickup configurations, so we will be comparing the single coil and the parallel modes, looking at both pickups individually as well as together. We're also not really going to be playing with the preamps too much. If you want to hear what these preamps can do, please check out my full in-depth videos on both of these instruments. One thing we will be comparing, however, is the tone control. We will be looking at the tone at 100%, 50%, and all the way down. Let's get started! Leaving our blend control centered, let's explore the tone control as well as the single coil and parallel switch on both of these basses with a little bit of slap. Again, we are leaving both pickups selected in the blend control centered, and we're going to check out single coil as well as parallel mode and play with the tone control. Let's get started. have it. That was our tone comparison between the Fodera Emperor Standard 5-string bass and our Sire M5. We didn't really look at the B string of this Fodera, and we kind of did an apples to apples-ish comparison, looking at the tone controls as well as the selector switches for the coils, to look at single coil mode as well as parallel on both basses. Honestly, I thought both sounded excellent. The Fodera is definitely in a league of its own, but this Sire definitely holds its ground quite nicely. And I think that if you are on a budget and looking for that Fodera-ish tone, this Sire will definitely make you happy. Let me know your thoughts on this comparison in the comments down below. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, everyone. Be sure to like, subscribe, join our Discord channel, and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the Fodera Emperor Standard 5-string bass, as well as the Sire M5. And be sure to check out my full review videos on both of these basses. And as always, until we groove again.